A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back in the Jfsc Dad's Premier League season number 5. Another game on this Sunday, the second one of the 4, and it is the Jml Stallions up against the Sulonian Spartans. And the news from the center is that the Jml Stallions have won the toss, elected to bat first, and Akshay opening the innings here, along with Sandeep, and Ankit is the bowler here. Starts off nicely with a dot delivery. So the earlier game today, 148 scored and 149 chased down in just 14.1 overs. And we will be hoping to see a much more closer game this one. And this time outside the off stump. So a couple of dot deliveries to start with for Ankit. Trying to put some pressure early on the batters. And this time he's played it nicely towards the fielder at third man and gets off the mark. Early stages in this innings. And Akshay getting his first run here. And he brings Sandeep on strike, who played superbly well in the previous game. Has an opportunity here once again. And this time just past the outside edge. Very close to getting that edge here. Ankit. Excellently bowled that one. A little high on the pitch. And threatening to take an early wicket here, Ankit. And once again is just past the outside edge. So an excellent over this so far by Ankit. Not offering much to the batters. So can he close it out here, Ankit? He's bowled superbly so far. And he does so nicely in the end. So 5 dot deliveries and a single of the first. At the end of the first, it is 1 without a wicket for the Jml Stallions. So Amaya has come in to bowl this second over. And this time a wide down the leg side towards the right hand batter Akshay. And this time he's played that one fine. And that will race away to the boundary. So the first boundary of the innings. And it's come off the bat of Akshay. No surprises there. Once again bowling it short to him. And he's played it beautifully in the end against the left-arm pacer. That is exactly what he intended on that wide delivery as well, first up. But this time much closer to him. And he got away with it. So 6 without a wicket after 1.1. That will be another wide. So just not able to hit it on the line that he wants to at the moment, Amaya. And they get in some quick runs here. 6 of the over already. Just the one delivery in this over. And this time he's nudged that one to the fielder at third man. Just knocking it around on this occasion. So very good batting this. Getting a boundary and then a single. And keeping the pressure on the bowler. Now he has to bowl to the other batter. It's going to be Sandeep. Sandeep, the man of the match from the previous game. The captain himself opening here. And another wide delivery here by Amaya. So just not able to bowl it in the radar for himself. And this time he's played that one nicely. And that will race away to the boundary. So the first boundary for Sandeep. And he gets off the mark too with that one. Playing it smartly. And he's picked the gap perfectly once again. There are 4 fielders inside the circle on the offside. In fact, 5 of them. And 6 including the mid-off. And he knows it will be very difficult to find a gap between them. So he's trying to place it beyond the fielder at third man. And he's doing that expertly at the moment. Both of them actually. And this time he will just nudge it on the leg side and get a single in. Once again, smart cricket this. Getting a boundary and then a single. Both the batters complementing each other exceptionally well. And this time it's gone past him and that's beaten the wicketkeeper as well. That will be 5 wides. Bonus runs here for the Jml Stallions. And this is turning out to be a huge over. Already 18 of it now. Just 4 deliveries in. 2 more to come. Getting runs quite comfortably here at the moment. The Jml Stallions. Once again, he's gone in the region of the third man and he wants to come back for the second. Sandeep wasn't quite interested, but in the end he decided to go along with him because he was more than halfway through Akshay. So a couple of more runs, 20 of the over already, 1 more to come. A really good start this for the Jml Stallions. He's got underneath that one. And that will sail over the fence. A maximum this time. It's the first one of the innings. 26 runs coming off this over. And Akshay is really in on the front foot here now. 27 without a wicket after 2. This time pitching it full. And he was very early to get underneath that one. And the ball went sailing over everybody. And a maximum to close out the over. 27 without a wicket now after 2. So Ankit continuing here. He gave away just the 1 run in his first over. And this time very close to finding the outside edge. Once again, very close to the outside edge where he's bowling a really good spell out here, Ankit. And this time a swing and a miss. So continuing to threaten the stumps here. Not quite able to get away with Ankit here at the moment. These two. So a very contrasting start to the innings. 1 run of the first, 26 of the second. And now just the 1 of this third one too. 2 more deliveries left in this one. This time he's played it towards the fielder at mid-off and a misfield once again, but won't do any damage. And Sandeep gives the strike back to Akshay. And once again shaping that one perfectly. So just the 2 of the over. An excellent spell this one by Ankit. At the end of the third now it is 29 without a wicket. So Amaya continuing here, the captain going with him after those 26 runs in his first. And he starts off nicely in the second over, hitting the pads on this occasion. Once again, very close to finding that outside edge. And this time will be given as a wide. And another wide here for Amaya. He's bowled up plenty of them already. And this time he's bowled it in the line, but in the arc of the batter. And that will race away to the boundary too. So continuing to be very expensive here, Amaya. And these two are enjoying themselves out here up against him. Not sure if the captain would be wanting to give him the ball once again. And this time he finds the fielder. So a change in the bowling. Sandesh is going to continue. And this time played superbly into the gap. So it does not matter who is the bowler. They are continuing to get the boundaries here. This time it's off the bat of Sandeep. Playing that one superbly, getting underneath it once again. This time hitting it straight to the fielder. This time a leading edge. It's in the air. Chance. And dropped. That should have been taken. That could have been the big wicket of Akshay. He is striking it superbly at the moment. And a lucky breakthrough for him. A leading edge. And the catch couldn't quite get simpler than that one. He never got underneath it. And they get across for a single. So once again continuing to threaten to take wickets here, but not quite able to. This time a slower one through the air. And Sandesh charging down the track. Couldn't quite get hold of it. How costly will catch drop prove to be, we will soon see. Because Akshay can be dangerous. He is playing superbly out there at the moment. And once again, he's played that one in the air, but this time he's found the fielder. And that will be the first down. Sandeep, the captain, has to depart. A superb take this one. Once again, going very hard inside this power play. But finding the fielder there in the deep on this occasion. .47 for 1 now after 5 overs. It was a fuller length. He wanted to get underneath it. He got underneath it, but he couldn't quite find the distance. And finding the fielder out there went straight down his throat. So Abhinav continuing here now. Time for some spin. And he starts off by giving away a couple of wides. They have given away plenty of extras here. The Sulonian Spartans. Rakesh coming in here at number 3, and he will be on strike now for the first time. This time offering a lot of width, and straight away he's pounced onto that one. That will find the boundary as well. A superb stroke first up for Rakesh. That is just the way you would want to start your innings, right on the front foot. Offering a lot of width on that occasion and given the treatment. And this time played on the offside and a quick single taken. And overthrows won't quite be there here, as there was good backing up. Once again, he's nudged that one towards the fielder at short third. And an overthrow. Well, it was a direct hit, but very unfortunate for him that the ball just ricocheting back to him. And they get across for the single in the end. So nothing going here in the favor of the Sulonian Spartans. This time in the air. Will it clear the fielder? Yes, it will. And just the one bounce. And into the boundary ropes once again. And the boundaries just keep on coming here for the second time for Rakesh. So it seems like they have planned to come out and keep on playing the big strokes. Abhinav is proving to be expensive here. 12 of it already. And that one will be a wide. And excellent field placement for that one in the end. A very unorthodox fine leg inside the circle, which is extremely fine, right behind the wicket keeper. And he's done well to get his hand to that one. So a couple of more wides added to the total. Still 2 more deliveries left in this over. He's got underneath that one. But not quite able to middle it. Just back to the bowler. So just one more delivery left now inside this power play. And Akshay is on strike. And there will be only one thing on his mind. To clear the infield. Well, he's tried to find the gap. And he's found it beautifully. Wonderful piece of batting this. And once again, a very expensive over. 18 coming of this one. Akshay showcasing excellent batting display. This time it was a low full toss. He wanted to go over the infield. But he found the gap to perfection there. And another boundary. 65 for 1 now after 6. So Anand coming into the attack, and he starts off with a low full toss. And Rakesh will feel that he's missed out on that one. He's found the fielder there at long off. And that is another full toss by him, trying to bowl that fuller length. And he wanted to come back for the second, Rakesh, but sent back by Akshay. So will be interesting to see their approach outside this power play. Do they keep on playing the shots? They have those wickets in hand, and they have already added a lot of firepower in the score. 67 on the board already. They can afford to keep on playing the big shots. And that's the third consecutive full toss by Anand. And all three occasions, he's managed to just give away the single. So things at the moment not quite working in the favor of the Sulonian Spartans. And this time a swing and a miss, trying to sweep that one past the fielder at square leg. The square leg is slightly in front of square. More of a conventional sweeper. And this time he leaves it alone and given as a wide by the umpire. Once again, nicely bowled. And he lets it go this time. So a couple of dots here for Anand to end the over. At the end of the 7th now, it is 69 for 1 for the Stallions. So Sandesh continue now in this 8th over. And good bit of fielding there inside the circle. Just the one on this occasion. Once again, just outside the off stump, And given as a dot delivery, not quite the wide that Akshay was hoping for. 25 of 9, 20 for him now. Striking at just 125 at the moment. He would be wanting to increase the strike rate considering that he's out there since 20 deliveries. This time nudges it on the leg side. It seems like he's playing the second fiddle in this partnership. And that is not what we see very often, because when one of the openers gets out, the other opener starts opening up. And instead it is Rakesh who is going for the big shots. 12 of 6 for him, striking at 200. And the amount of turn on that one, it's taken Rakesh by surprise. And even all of us here. An excellent delivery. Very close to that off stump. And had that hit the stump, Rakesh would have been kicking himself. This time he's charged down the track. Will that clear the fielder? Not quite so. And catch taken. So he gets his man there, Sandesh. That's his second wicket. And Rakesh, who was playing the big shots, has to depart here now. He got underneath that one and he middled it as well, but he couldn't quite find the distance. And an excellent catch in the end with the fingers pointing up. Not easy, that one, getting around the boundary line and taken superbly in the end at long off. So 71 for 2 now in this 8th over. So Rahul comes in now at number 4 and he starts off with a single, gets off the mark immediately, and that will close out the 8th over with the score at 72 for 2. So Anand continuing and another full toss by him. But once again, the batter couldn't quite hit that one to the boundary. And this time he's gone for a swing on the leg side, Akshay. But he's missed out and given as a leg bye by the umpire in the end. once again hit hard by Rahul on the offside. But straight to the fielder. So just the 3 of the over so far. So another dot delivery. And this time hit in the gap perfectly and another boundary. Superbly played once again. Finding the gap on a sweep shot. And the scoreboard keeps on ticking here, getting those boundaries in once again after losing that second wicket. And this time Akshay, all he does is just nudges it towards the fielder at short third. And another single in that will close out the 9th over with the score at 80 for 2. So Sandesh continuing here in this 10th over. And he plays it nicely there, Akshay, once again for another quick single. And this time very short. And he's missed out on that one, Rahul. He would feel. Still early days in his innings. So Sandesh has taken both the wickets here of Sandeep and Rakesh. And he would love to chip in with another one here. He's found the top edge of Akshay. Chance taken. That's the third one for Sandesh. Just what we were talking about. An attempted sweep trying to go over the fielder inside the circle. But instead he's found the top edge, and Akshay, who has been at the crease since the beginning of the innings, has to depart now. 82 for 2. 82 for 3. Once again superbly bowled. He knew what was there in the mind of the batter. There is no square leg, and that is the reason they wanted to sweep once again. And he did really well in the end because the sun was totally onto him. Not easy to hold on to that one. It was behind him as well, and somehow he adjusted to hold on to it. 82 for 3, and we head into a short drink break. So we are back here and Sandesh continuing, this time to Hitesh coming in here at number 5. And nicely bowled once again and well left too. Not quite smashing that one. So they have lost quite a few wickets here now, the Jml Stallions. Not the situation that they would have been hoping to be in. Losing 3 wickets in this 10th over. And this time hit hard down the ground. Just a single. And he gets off the mark. And this time a misfield inside the circle will allow them to get across for a single. So Anand will continue now. And this time he does not bowl the full toss and he finds a lot of turn on the track. So can they get in a couple of tight overs here now? The Sulonian Spartans. They are right back into this one. They have got the top 3 batters. And this time played on the offside by Rahul. Another single in. And this time playing it down the ground. So doing it in singles at the moment, these two. Not wanting to take any risks. Don't want to lose another wicket here. It will really put them on the back foot. And this time a fuller length. He's not going to miss out on that one, Rahul. And that will spoil the over for Anand too. A boundary of this 4th delivery of the 11th over. A nothing delivery in the end. Very easy for the batter to strike that one. And he's hit it past the fielder at cover. And this time hitting it through the offside for a single. So just one more delivery left in this over now. And once again played straight to the fielder at long off. So 7-8 coming off the over at the end of the 11th. Now it is 92 for 3. So Sandesh continuing here, 3 for 14 for him in his 3 overs into his final one. He's got a wicket in each of his overs so far. And how would he love another one? Played uppishly, but once again finding the fielder. And good bit of work in the end because the ball was spinning away from him. And this time hit hard by Hitesh. And he knew the moment he hit it that it's going to race away to the boundary. An excellent shot. Well, anything that has been loose like that has been dispatched to the boundary, and that's exactly what has happened once again in this innings. And the Spartans can't really afford to bowl loose deliveries like those. And once again, bowled short and nicely wheeled there in the end by the fielder. So that wide will bring the 100 up as well. 100 for 3. Just one more delivery left now in this 12th over. And once again, he's played that one in the gap. And good bit of work there at the boundary line as well. And he's kept it down to just 1-2. And that will close out the 12th and also the spell of Sandesh. An exceptional one. 4 overs, 3 for 23. And at the end of the 12th now, it is a 101 for 3 for the Stallions. So Malhar continuing here, and he starts off with the dot one, and now giving away a single to Rahul. The Spartans will be hoping to keep them somewhere around the 160 mark. And on the other hand, the Stallions might even be disappointed if they get to 180. They would want something in excess of that. 10-0 will get them to 180 from here on. Once again, nicely bowled and finding the fielder. So they won't mind the singles here at the moment, the Sulonian Spartans. And they have given themselves a chance here in this game. Another dot delivery. Once again, an exceptional delivery there by the left-arm spinner. This time finding a lot of bounce and turn as well. So this track can really be very difficult sometimes. And that will be another dot delivery. So an excellent over by Malhar coming to an end. Just the two of it at the end of the 13. Now the Jml Stallions are 103 for 3. This time Anand continuing and another boundary. This time it's off the bat of Hitesh. So continuing to get those quick runs here at the moment. And this time he's connected this one. And this will go all the way for a maximum. It's the power hitter Hitesh once again. Up against the spinner. And finally Anand getting the treatment for the loose deliveries that he's bowled so far. And that will ease a lot of pressure on the Jml Stallions as well. A couple of tight overs and now an over like this. Already 10 of it halfway through it. Once again hit hard by Hitesh, but this time straight back to Anand. This time banged in shot. Excellently bowled in the end by Anand. Another dot delivery for him. This time in the air, chance for a catch. Won't quite go to hand. It will land into the no man's land. And another single in. So 11 coming off the 14. It is 114 for 3 now after 14 overs. So Malhar continuing here in this 15th. And why shouldn't he? Gave away just the 2 in his first over. And now starting off with the dot delivery once again. This time hitting it through the offside, but straight to the fielder once again, into the hands inside the circle. And this time hit hard. Will that find the distance? Not quite so, and a chance dropped once again. Malhar deserves a wicket. Well, it seems like he's got an injury of that one. And he will have to maybe just walk off. He needs some attention out there. We hope that he's alright and we will be back soon. So we are back here. Just the one run of this over. And this time he's got underneath that one, Rahul. And he's found the distance this time. Just what they needed. They were in desperate need of a boundary in this over. And they have got it finally. And this time a single taken. Once again hit hard through the leg side. But that should be cut off, and it is. Just a single. This time played in the air and gone. And that's another wicket. 4 down now. The Jml Stallions, they have finally broken this partnership. 123 for 4, and Rahul has to depart now, who hit that 6 in the previous over. Couldn't quite get going. Well, in fact, it is the wicket of Hitesh. Trying to go the aerial route once again, but just finding an edge. And it went into the air and safely into the hands of the fielder. So Mahesh comes in here now at number 6 with his side in a spot of bother. They need to put some runs more on the board. Maybe 160 or 170 might not be enough on this track. The last 5 games here at the Fatima Cricket Ground all have been chased down. That's why it was a surprising decision when the Stallions won the toss and elected to bat first. Rahul holds the key at the moment in this innings. This time quicker through the air, but into the hands of the wicket keeper. This time punched back and just past the bowler himself, Abhinav. Couldn't quite stop that one. So Mahesh on strike and an outside edge and gone. Another wicket down. They are 5 down now, the Jml Stallions. And the Spartans right on top here in this game. They are doing an excellent job with the ball. Amaya gets the wicket finally that he was searching for. He gave away 38 in his first 2 and now gets a wicket here for his side. Just finding the outside edge. And nicely taken in the end by the wicket keeper too. And that will ease a lot of nerves here in the Spartans camp. So Advait comes in now at number 7 and he starts off with a single. This time he just leaves it alone because it was a wide and given as a wide. So Amaya has conceded a lot of extras to an n number of them. And that is the part of the game that he would be considering about thinking to improve drastically. This time much better, coming around the wicket to the right-hander. Very close to the outside edge once again. And also the off stump too. Trying to hit that one through the offside. And this time he's played it down the ground and it's gone for a boundary. So a much needed one. Rahul holding the key here and continuing to get those runs. He's on 26 now, he's 23. A superb delivery once again, but the inside edge has helped it to race away to the boundary. Once again, nicely bowled by Amaya. Well, the captain did not stop believing in him. That's why he's given this third over, and he's doing an exceptional job out here, bowling the 17th over. And once again, just past the outside edge. So just the 6 runs of the over and the wicket. Superb by Amaya. That will improve his spell as well. 1 for 44 now in his 3. And that will be the end of the 17th over now, with the score at 132 for 5. So Abhinav continuing here in this 18th over. And he starts off with a dot delivery, keeping things extremely tight here at the moment. 10 and over from here on gets them to 160. He's hit that one hard. And has he found the gap? Yes, he has. So a boundary here for Advait. Superbly timed. Going slightly fuller on this occasion. And playing it with the spin. This time just past the outside edge. And this time an opportunity for a run out, but he misses out. Trying to guide that one on the offside. Wanting to take a quick single, but another dot delivery here for Abhinav. And the Spartans are really doing an extremely good job here at the moment. Well, he's hit that one hard. And it's in the gap as well. So a boundary here for Advait. The second one of the over. Superbly hit. Anything that is bowled slightly even short outside the off stump, it's been dispatched. And that is exactly what has happened once again. Once again, trying to find the gap. They are coming back for the second. And they make it quite comfortably in the end. So 10 coming off the Abhinav over. At the end of the 18th now, it is 142 for 5. So this time Amaya continuing, and Rahul has picked that one superbly well. He's played it behind square. And that's gone all the way. He's found the distance. Never easy getting the maximum behind the wicket. And such is the power of this man, Rahul. So Amaya has hit his half century, not the 50 that he wanted. 1 for 50 for him in his 3.1. And this time a misfield. They will come back for the second as well. So things not quite working in the favor of the Spartans in this over. The 150 is up. 150 for 5 now after 18.2. 10 more deliveries left. And they would be hoping to get at least another 20. And this time a swing and a thick outside edge. But the third man is extremely fine. And he will keep it down to just 1. And this time it will be a dot delivery. A good comeback by Amaya. This time up against Advait. So dare I say, no extras in this over by Amaya. He's given away plenty today. And that's another dot delivery. Really good this. Very important to bowl these tight overs. This time the ball is swinging away, angling away from the right-hander. This time charging down the track. And he's played that one nicely on the offside. And they get across for a single, and Advait will keep the strike for the final over. At the end of the 19th now, it is 152 for 5. So this was the wicket earlier on. That exceptional catch just inside the circle. He couldn't quite get underneath it the way he expected. And we head into the final over of the innings now, and Abhinav is going to bowl it. 1 for 31 in his 3. Can he bowl a tight one here? Well, he's started off by playing that one in the air. Won't quite reach the fence. And he's come back for the second as well. Advait, good running between the wickets. So just 5 more deliveries left now, and the Spartans will be pretty pleased with the kind of the performance that they have put out with the ball here. And this time a swing, and it's an edge past the wicketkeeper and short third. And that's gone racing away to the boundary. It does not matter how does it come. A boundary nonetheless. This time it's come off the thick edge of Advait. And this time he's missed out on a full toss. Well, in fact, it's given as a no ball in the end. He just cannot believe it, Abhinav. And neither can the wicket keeper. Well, the umpire is having a discussion on that one. The wicket keeper getting into a big argument with the umpire. So it seems like they have changed the decision, and it's given as a wide in the end and not a no ball. And this time an appeal for a stumping. The leg umpire is not interested on this occasion. So a dot delivery in this final over. And this time a low full toss. He smashed that one, Advait. But once again, won't quite find the fence. And just a single. And Rahul will be on strike now for these final 2 deliveries. They will be happy to see him on strike here. 160 on the board, just 2 more deliveries. He's played that one in the air. He's played it in the area where there's no fielder out there at the boundary line. And that will be another boundary. Absolutely superb this. It was bowled slightly short and he got underneath it very early. So the final delivery of the innings, a swing, a miss, and they will finish with a dot. An excellent over in the end by Abhinav, just the 12 of the final one. It could have been much more had that been given as a no ball. So the Jml Stallions finished their innings here with the score of 164 for 5. The target for the Sulonian Spartans will be 165, and we will be back for the chase on the other side. So we are back here for the mark immediately. So the first run on the board. $165, not a huge total, but not too less either. The game very much in the balance here. And Vikram comes on strike now for the first time in this game. And straight away, he's hit that one hard, Vikram. And that's gone away to the boundary. An excellent start this. Starting right on the front foot here. A little bit of width offered, and he's accepted it gladly there, right of the middle of the bat. And this time it's hit hard once again, and once again it's the similar region. That's another boundary here for Vikram. Back-to-back boundaries, just the kind of the start that they needed. The Spartans here. Excellent piece of batting this. So the plan is clear. Try to make the best use of the power play overs. Just like in any other chase. And this time not quite able to middle that one. Played straight towards the fielder at mid-on. This time just punched on the offside, and they get across for a quick single. Very early on, they are into the double figures now in this innings. And this time just past the outside edge. It's gone through bat and pad. And that will close out the first over. Very close there, Rakesh, to getting the opening wicket here. At the end of the first, it is still without a wicket for the Spartans. So Mahesh is going to continue now in the second over. And he starts off with a wide outside the off stump. This time, he's bowled a no ball. He has overstepped here, Mahesh. And an opportunity for Vikram once again to go over the infield. A free hit coming up, folks. And an opportunity here really for the Spartans to put a lot of pressure on the Stallions. Well, he's charged down the track. That will be given as a wide. So yet to bowl a legitimate delivery here. That will be another wide. That's already 4 extras given. And he's missed out on a free hit there. The ball just looping through. Couldn't quite get any connection on that one. Well, that would appear to be very close to being above the waist height as well. But the umpire out there on the leg side just not interested. And this time hit hard along the carpet. There is a fielder out there in the deep. And they come back for the second as well. So good running. And this time a swing and a miss. The wicketkeeper got excited. He thought maybe there was a feather on that one. Very close to that outside edge. Almost getting the first breakthrough here. This time hit hard, but straight to the fielder at long off. Playing it along the ground this time. So this time Bharat finding the gap. The chase is on. Will the fielder be able to get to that one? Not quite so. And another boundary here. And this is turning out to be a really huge over here by Mahesh. Already 11 off it now. And a very good start this for the Spartans. Superbly played through the leg side. To the offside rather. And they are doing a very good job out here. This time he plays it straight to the fielder. So 11 will come off the second. At the end of the second now it is 21 without a wicket. So Rakesh continuing here into his second over, and a couple of more runs added to the total here. This is a really good start for the Spartans. Can they continue with this momentum? And if so, for how long? That is the question. And this time again, just past that outside edge. It didn't quite even carry to the wicket keeper though. On the bounce. And this time, all he has managed to do is just play it back to the bowler. And appeals here. Well, the umpire is just stood there, not interested. But he's walking back to the pavilion. It's been given out by the leg umpire. And finally, the Stallions have broken this partnership here. Rakesh with the wicket. A decent little cameo this coming to an end. It was played back into the hands of the bowler. The umpire wasn't sure if that took a bump there. But in the end, given. Well, there was no bump. It was played straight back into the hands of the fielder, and the leg umpire confirming there that was given out. So 23 for 1 now after 2.4. And Ravi comes in now at number 3. 142 more required of 104. The game continues to be in the balance. He's hit that one hard, but straight to the fielder. Nicely fielded there. And he's saved certain 3 runs for his side. So 24 for 1 now after 3 overs. So 24 for 1. Ravi hits that officially slightly, but it's gone through the gap. And a boundary for him, the first one of his innings. So not too much separating the two sides at the moment in this game. And it seems like we are heading for a cracker of a game here today at the Fatima Cricket Ground in this match number 2 of the Super Sunday. We have total 4 games coming back to back. This is the second one. So a dot delivery this time by Mahesh. Once again, Ravi going for the big swing. And that could have gone anywhere had he connected that one. And this time getting across for a quick single, and they make it quite easily in the end. So that's the third dot delivery of the over now. So just the 5 of the over. It is 29 for 1 now after 4 overs. So Rakesh continuing, and he gets the wicket of Ravi here. He's cleaned him up. And they have put the Spartans really on the back foot here now. They started off really nicely, but the previous 2 overs have been really good for the Stallions. And right on top here now in this game. Once again going for the big shot. Nowhere close to the ball. And going right through the gate. And onto the leg stump, and the bails go flying. Excellent piece of bowling this. And an amazing celebration to cap it off as well. Such is the passion of the players out there. So 29 for 2 now. So Nirdosh coming in here at number 4. And his side in a spot of bother here at the moment. Still 136 away from this target. And he's flicked it on the leg side. And will that quite race away to the boundary? Not enough legs in it. The player just keeps that one inside. And they get across for a couple of runs. So a nice little way to start the innings here for Nirdosh. This time played back to the bowler. Once again, nicely bowled, but straight to the fielder. So just the 3 of the over and the wicket of Ravi. (32 for 2 now. They started off really nicely, scoring those 21 runs of the first 2 overs. After that, have not been able to add much to the tally. And this time played on the offside. It's a misfield, a poor one. He's given away a boundary there. And that will release a lot of pressure for the Spartans, allowing the opposition to get back into this game here. It's gone right through his legs. And that is something that he would want to watch once again. Once again, slightly short. All the batter could do just nudge it on the offside, and it's gone right through both the legs and the hands as well. And this time it struck the pad, but maybe just angling down the leg side. We will have a look at that one once again. Superbly bowled, but yeah, definitely going down the leg side. So another dot to win the 5th one. It is 36 for 2 now after 5. So we are into the final over of the power play now. And an inside edge. A huge appeal, but just a dot delivery on this occasion. Feroz has come into bowl this 6th over, the final one of the power play. This time a wayward delivery, a white ball. So a couple of runs will be added to the tally. They did not decide to run on the wide first, but then the overthrow allowed them to, and a catch. Chance taken, and even Bharat has to go back. That's the third one down now for the Spartans, and this chase is heading nowhere at the moment. 38 for 3 now in the 6th over. Once again trying to take the aerial route, and an excellent celebration once again. A slightly fuller length. He thought that maybe there was an opportunity to clear the infield, but couldn't quite middle that one and went straight into the hands of the fielder. So Avinash comes in here at number 5 now, with his side in huge trouble at the moment. 127 more required from 88 deliveries. And still a long way away from this target. And they need a partnership here desperately. And this time the ball just keeping low. And there is a huge gap there around the offside because there is a fielder in the deep. So a single taken. The fielder at deep extra cover doing the job of a sweeper. This time played on the leg side. Another single taken. So the Stallions will not mind that at all, the singles. They can keep on knocking it around. It just plays it into the hands of the Stallions. The Spartans need a couple of big ones here. They need to try and rebuild and consolidate here first. At the moment, 165 seems to be too far for them. And they have started to middle the bat first here. And nicely played once again on the offside. And this time hit in the air, and he's cleared the infield, and that will raise away to the boundary. So the first boundary here for Nirdosh. And just what they needed inside this power play. They maybe have lost a wicket too many, but at the end of the sixth now it is 45 for 3. It was superbly played, that one, in the end by Nirdosh. So Ashwin is going to continue now. The fielding restrictions have been uplifted, and now there will be 5 allowed outside the inner ring. It's the left arm spinner up against the right hand batter, trying to play it against the angle, and a full toss. And Abhinav has dispatched that one all the way. A superb hit, that one, through the leg side. And that will also bring the 50 up for the Spartans. 51 for 3 in 6.2. Well, the main reason why you bowl a left arm off spinner against the right hand batter is the spin taking the ball away from the right hander, but there was no bounce at all, so there will not be any spin. And Abhinav taking full advantage of it, punishing the bad deliveries as they are supposed to. So getting a 6 early on in the over, they can make it a big one. And this time played on the leg side. Another single taken. And he's hit that one hard, Nirdosh, but straight into the hands of the fielder, luckily for the Stallions. So these two looking decent out there now. They have taken their time. Can they keep on continuing this way till at least the 11th or the 12th over and then decide again what they have to do? It's about making those small targets in your mind and getting there on time. And this time slower through the air and a shorter one. But once again, just finding the fielder. And this time played nicely. And what a catch that is! That is how good they are, the Stallions, out there in the field. That was going for a boundary for all money. He had to move a long way across towards his left. And he's held on to it superbly as well. Excellent piece of fielding that. And they are 4 down now, the Spartans. 54 for 4 after 7. And Ashwin getting a wicket on his very first over. He absolutely smoked that one. It was going flat and for another boundary, but he did exceptionally well, the fielder, to hold on to that one. Not easy trying to judge that. Diving forwards. Excellent stuff this by the Stallions. And they keep on taking wickets at regular intervals at the moment. So Kerov continuing here now in this 8th over. And he's played it down the ground up enough. Well, in fact, it's a misfield there. And that's gone away to the boundary. Just a slip there in the deep. And 4 freebie runs here for the Spartans once again. Once again, a low full toss. Just driving that one down the ground for a single. And he couldn't quite collect it, and it went through the hands and also the legs and went racing away to the boundary. So not the kind of the start that Kerov wanted. So giving away those extra 3 runs. Once again hit hard towards the fielder at long off. Trying to target the same fielder, and they come back for the second. Well, after mistakes like those, the fielder starts to feel nervy out there, and then you try to hit to the same fielder once again. It was Hitesh there. This time hit hard, but once again straight to the fielder, this time at long on. And Sandeep is there to collect that one. And once again, he's given away a full toss, this time up against Amaya on his very first delivery, and he gets off the mark instantly. Once again, trying to rebuild after that wicket. And this time played safely towards the fielder on the offside. So another single taken at the end of the 8th over. Now it is 63 for 4. So in comes Sandeep into the attack, the bowler who took 3 wickets in his previous game in midweek. And it will be Abhinav facing him. This time bowled short. And he's found the fielder out there in the deep. Just a single. So Amaya scored a half century with the ball, gave away more than 50 runs. Now has to do something with the bat. Can he get those runs back here for his side? He's hit that one hard and he's hit that one superbly well. It's right into the gap and that's raced away to the boundary. So they need less than 100 now. And it's the captain Sandeep conceding that boundary. 97 more required from 70 with 6 wickets in hand. There is no favourite at the moment in this game. This time an inside edge onto the pad and a huge appeal by Sandeep. But the umpire is not interested at all. Coming around the wicket now, Sandeep to Amaya. And another dot delivery, so a good comeback after conceding that boundary. This time very close to finding that outside edge. Sandeep is a genuine wicket taker. And he continues to threaten. Just the 5 of the over. One more to come. And it will turn into 6. A single will be taken of the last delivery. At the end of the 9th now, it is 69 for 4. So Kerov continuing now, and he continues not in very good fashion. Starting off with the wide. So 95 required from 66 deliveries. 6 wickets in hand. They need a partnership here. If these two can add on at least 30 to 40 runs from here on, it can make things really interesting in the back 5 overs. That's another wide. So the Spartans must be thinking another 44 in the next 6 overs and then getting 50 in the back 5 with 5 or 6 wickets in hand. They will take that. They need these two to carry on though, and another wide, and it will keep on aiding them at the moment, and the Spartans will take it with open arms. This time played back to the bowler. So a dot delivery. That's back-to-back dot deliveries. Well, finally they decide to scamper across. They took a while. It was an easy single there. The bowler in the end himself getting across, care of. This time trying to play it on the leg side. This time it's hit the pad, but a huge appeal for once again a swing and a miss. And this time he's hit that one straight, but the long on fielder is also straight, and he will keep it down to just a single. So that will close out the 10th over, and the score is 74 for 4. 91 more required in the back 10 as we head into a short drink break. So Sandeep continuing here after the drinks break, and he starts off with the dot delivery. So 91 required of 59, and Abhinav on strike. Can't afford to give away too many dot deliveries here. Once again trying to nudge it on the leg side, and he's successfully done that. Played down the ground. They need this partnership to keep on building here at the moment. $90 required from 58. The equation. The asking rate 9.31 at the moment. Well, this time offering a lot of width outside the off stump, but he finds the fielder out there in the deep. The sweeper collecting that one. The throw wasn't quite that good, but the wicketkeeper Advait did really well to get across. And this time played straight to the fielder. This time an appeal for a leg before wicket, and he's been given. And Abhinav cannot believe it. He claims that there was a bat first. And they have lost half their side here now, the Spartans. What a huge wicket this is. Abhinav had really settled in here. And he cannot believe the kind of decision that has been given by the umpire. Once again, Sandeep continuing to take wickets here. He has a knack of it. A huge appeal straight away. Well, it seems like it was totally plump. He wasn't happy at all with the decision of the umpire. Well, maybe he found an inside edge, but who knows? We don't have the DRS system. Very unlucky here for the batter Abhinav. He's still walking very slowly out there. Does not want to leave the field. 76 for 5 now. So Abhishek comes in here at number 7 now. Still 89 required of 55. And Sandeep once again amongst the wickets. And this time punched off the back foot. And chance of a run out maybe. The throw wasn't quite at the bowler's end. There was a big chance. It is 77 for 5 now after 11. So Ashwin continuing. Once again, it struck the pad. A bit of an excitement for another leg before wicket. Not quite given by the umpire once again. And this time a big swing and a miss. Once again, straight to the hand of the fielder. 3 consecutive dot deliveries now for Ashwin. So still 88 more required of 51. This time a thick inside edge. And finally, Abhishek will get a single here and bring Amaya back on strike. Amaya has been stranded at the non-striker's end since quite a while now. It's been a couple of overs since he's faced a delivery. And a tall task in front of him now after losing another partner. They need someone to play a nice little cameo here. And this time a swing, appeal for a caught behind. But the umpire not interested once again. The wicketkeeper went up for it, but nobody else supported him. And this time it should be given as a wide down the leg side, and it is. That's back-to-back wide deliveries now. That will help the Spartans. But they are still a long way behind in this game. 165 seems to be very far from here on. This time played back down the ground. Will only be another single. And that will be the end of the over as well, as 12 overs have come to an end. So Sandeep continuing, and he is into his third over now. Coming around the wicket to the left-hander Amaya. And he's played it nicely towards the fielder at point. Just a single. And the Stallions will not mind that at all. They need much more than just singles at the moment. The asking rate just creeping up with every single delivery at the moment. This time played on the leg side, the long on fielder getting across. And will just be a single once again. Not quite even pushing for the twos. And once again, a huge appeal by Sandeep. But the umpire says no this time. Maybe this time it found the inside edge. But once again, Sandeep continuing to threaten to take wickets here. The captain himself leading from the front. And this time, he will clean him up. Well, the umpire said no for the LBW. But this time, he has impressed the umpire by going right through him. A big swing by Amaya. Not able to get any kind of connection. And now they are 6 down here. The Spartans 83 for 6 in all sorts of trouble in this chase. Continuing to come around the wicket to the left-hander Amaya. And that's his second wicket now. Taking the leg stump apart and the bails went flying. So still 82 more required of 44 from here on. So Abhinav comes in now at number 8 and he starts off with a single. And Sandeep will be looking for more wickets here. Already 6 down. An opportunity for them. Well, he's nudged that one on the leg side towards fine leg. And just a single to end another over. A successful one once again for Sandeep. It is 85 for 6 now. And this time, another wicket and Ashwin gets in on the act now. 7 down, the Spartans. 85 for 7, falling like 9 pins here at the moment. He stepped out of his crease. A big swing, missing it completely. And excellent work by the wicketkeeper Advait once again. Departing very early on here. And this innings continues to head nowhere at the moment. .85 for 7 now. So in comes Sandesh at number 9. And once again it's struck on the pad. And the umpire says no. Well, let's have a look at that one once again. That looked pretty close. Maybe just angling down the leg side. Well, it is the umpire's decision in the end. And he's gone for the big one straight away. The fielder won't quite able to get across, and it's a boundary here for Sandesh. So coming in on the act here, the number 9. And they need a plenty of those shots here. 76 more required of 39. The asking rate has creeped up ever so much, 11.69. Once again charging down the track. And he's not quite found the gap, has he? Not so, just a single. Well, this was the boundary that he hit on his previous delivery. And once again, just taking it off the pad there, Abhinav. So end of another over with the score at 91 for 7. So this time a single taken, given as a bye by the umpire. So Sandesh has shown some kind of firepower in the previous over, wanting to play the big shots. Can he connect a few here in this over? This time just played down the ground delicately. Single added. This time Abhinav not quite able to get underneath that one, but he finds the fielder out there in the deep, hitting that one on a low full toss. This time charging down the track. And has he found the gap? You bet he has. Another boundary here for Sandesh. So trying to make a game out of this one. 67 more required of 32. And if he can keep on playing that way, maybe they have still some life in them. A superb stroke, that one. This time it's a full toss. Chance for a fielder along on. And he's dropped it. He spilled that one. Well, it should not really affect the result of this game. But Sandesh has got a couple of boundaries already. And another one. dropped in this innings. Still one more delivery left in this over. 99 for 7 the score with Abhinav on strike. And this time a big swing by him. And they will get across for a leg by. And that will bring the 100 up as well for the Spartans. 100 for 7. And that will close out the 15th over too. So Ashwin continuing here. He's taken a couple of wickets and a misfield there. It will allow them to come back for the second two. So good running. Abhinav and Sandesh trying to get their side somewhere close to the target. 63 more required of 29. The asking rate just above 13. And the more that Sandesh stays at the crease, the more they will be thinking about the dropped catch in the previous over. This time played on the offside, but straight to the hands of the fielder. A dot delivery. So a couple of more dots added to the tally. 3 consecutive now. And the task just keeping more and more difficult with every delivery for the Spartans. And this time a swing and a miss. And he's cleaned him up. That's number 8 for the Stallions. The Spartans 102 for 8 now after 15.5. And they get their man Abhinav departing there. And they continue to bring out those SRK celebrations, which is really good to see. So after 5 games running at the Fatima Cricket Ground, we have seen totals being chased quite comfortably. In this game, we are seeing the team batting second struggling. And struggling by a huge margin too. 102 for 8 now after 15.5. So 3 wickets for Ashwin into his final delivery, and a lot of excitement once again up against Anand. And it will be a dot delivery to end the over. The score now at 102 for 8. So Neil bowling the second over. And he's been dispatched. Is he? Not quite so. Another drop catch. And that's Sandesh once again. He will get the single. Well, he should have held on to that one. Sandesh trying to get some quick runs for his side. It was a total freebie, a full toss and full opportunity to free his arms, and he did that really well but did not quite find the distance. And a wide delivery this time by Neil. So 61 more required now of 23. And Sandesh still at the crease along with Anand now. Anand has done the right job there. Just nudging it on the offside, taking the single and giving Sandesh the strike back because he is the strike man at the moment. If they want to get these boundaries in, 60 more required of 22. Sandesh at the moment 12 runs of just 8 deliveries. This time charging down the track. And he's placed that one in the gap perfectly. So that is the boundary that we were talking about. Can Sandesh punish the Stallions here for those loose opportunities? Once again, another full toss. And played it perfectly into the gap. Did not quite go for the power this time. There's a huge gap out there on the offside. And now they are sorting that one out. So 56 more required of 21. And you just never know. Cricket is a very funny game. This time, Neil will have to reload. The batter not quite ready. And once again, he's gone for the big one. He's timed that one superbly, but this time he will be held. And that is 9 down now for the Spartans. So a couple of missed opportunities. Sandesh couldn't quite make them pay. And now he has to depart. A quick fire 16 for him. And finally they hold on to one here. It's the same fielder once again. This time offering a lot of flight. The ball just bouncing right in front of his eyes. And superbly taken. So Rohan comes in now at number 11. And it should be a mere formality from here on for the Stallions and the Spartans. The Stallions, once again, another convincing victory. It seems like this time played on the leg side. A low full toss. Just a single. And this time hit hard through the offside. Will that find the fence? Yes, it does. So another boundary. And they keep on fighting here at the moment, the Sulonian Spartans. And it is 114 for 9 now after 17. Beautifully hit this one. You wouldn't imagine it was a tail ender. Going inside out over the infield. And there was a deep extra cover as well. And he's caressed the gap beautifully in the end. So 110 for 9 and carved this time down the ground by Rohan. So exactly 50 more required from 17 deliveries. They need a miracle here, the Spartans. 50 from 17 even with 10 wickets in hand is difficult. They have just the one. And this time he's hit that one on the leg side. And overthrows, would you believe it? Being a little sloppy there, the Stallions. So 48 more required from 16. They need 3 runs on every single delivery at the moment. Not quite working out for them. This time hit hard and not quite able to find the gap this time. Good bit of fielding there. So trying to get as close as possible to this target, because the net run rate in the later stages of the tournament can be really crucial as well. This time played off the back foot, back into the hands of the bowler. And that is a wayward delivery. 5 wides gifted here. And a few more extras just been thrown away here. This time he leaves it alone, asking for a wide, and he gets it. Rohan. So 6 extras given away. And that should be another wide, and it is. Would you imagine 7 wides given away here by Ankit? And he's just basically playing it into the hands of the Spartans, trying to get them back into this game here at the moment. 40 required of 15. A couple of hits here can really even it out here for them. A full toss this time. It's played in the air, but won't quite find the fence. Just a single. And this time Anand connects, but once again finds the fielder. So not quite able to find the gaps, these two, but they are connecting sweetly at the moment. Still one more delivery to come in this over. Well, in fact, it's been called the over by the umpire. So 127 for 9 after 18. And, well, 38 more required of 12. As you can see, the next teams preparing themselves to get ready, warming up, getting those stretches in before the game. This has been a totally one-sided affair, to be fair, in the favor of the Stallions. So Feroz comes into bowl, this penultimate over of the game. Just a wicket away here at the moment, Stallions. And this time should be given as a wide, and it is. This time he connects, but straight to the fielder. Feroz searching for his second wicket here to close out this game and make their victory official. And this time it struck the pad, but maybe the impact just outside the off stump, and that's gone racing away to the boundary too. But it seems like it was at the edge of the bat, and it is. And hence the reason why the ball just kept on going. The outfield is very quick here at the Fatima Cricket Ground. And another boundary for this final pair. So 33 required from 10. A couple of hits really gets them back into this game. But it has to come in the next two deliveries. And that should be another wide. And it is. So not quite able to get away here, Feroz. And this time a swing and a miss. And this time a low full toss. And he's dispatched that one through the boundary. That brings it down to 28 more required of 8. So trying to stay alive here, the Sulonian Spartans. Not quite totally out of it yet. Once again nudged on the leg side, but this time straight into the hands of the fielder. And they get across for a quick single. And it brings Rohan back on strike. This time hit down the ground by Rohan. He will take the single and keep the strike for the final over with the score at 139 for 9. 26 more required in the final over. So Sandeep continuing into his final over. And he starts off with the dot delivery. The captain himself bowling this final over. Trying to come in and finish the game here. Starting over the dot. And this time hit hard down the ground. Should be able to come back for the second. And it's a misfield there, would you believe it? That's gone away to the boundary. So still alive here. They have taken this game deep. and still mathematically possible here to get those runs. 22 required of 4 now. But Sandeep will not be happy at all with the effort that was put in the field there. How many times have we seen that already today? This time charging down the track. And once again played straight to the fielder at long off. And this time he will hold on to that one. And he can have a laugh about it now, because they need 21 more of 3 deliveries. And mathematically it is just not possible for the Spartans now to win this game, barring there are no balls or wides. And this time swung at it on the leg side by Anand. But once again finding a bit of a fumble. But will just be a single. So the celebrations have started in the Stallions camp. Another game and another victory for them. This time charging down the track. And it's missed it completely. And that will be stumped. And they are bowled out here, the Spartans, for 145, falling short of this target by 19 runs. And they must be feeling that had they played slightly ever better in the middle overs, they could have done enough in this chase. And the celebrations have started here for the Jml Stallions. The SRK celebration that they do it to all together. They have done it almost after every wicket, and now after the victory as well. So that was it from this game, and we will be back shortly for another one.